Joe Biden, the president of the United States, has dropped out of the presidential race, leading the Democratic Party into an open convention where we will have a brand new presidential candidate and vice presidential candidate. In his resignation letter, he says that he is going to continue on as the president to focus solely on that job. He touts his very strong record on infrastructure and his ability to pass more laws, legislations, and get more appointments than ever before. And most importantly, thanks the American people for the struggles of getting through the pandemic and the recession that followed. And he thanks the Vice President Kamala Harris, but holds off on giving any endorsement and states that there will be a message later this week to the public. We can see this is an earth-shattering change. Now that the nomination is up in the air, I think it's important to push immediately for what we want. And I think the most valid movement to move into is the idea of moving Kamala Harris and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez onto the ticket. This brings together the existing faction of the Biden kind of greater world, the people who are based out of San Francisco that are a major power block within the Democratic Party, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who represents the most progressive wing of the party. And not only that, but a great generational change into a millennial politician, matching what the Republicans have done with J.D. Vance, trying to pick someone who represents the next generation, the future of the Democratic Party. One of the places that Biden was most weak with was young people and progressives. People saw what has happened over the last several months of endorsing some of the most horrific war crimes in the world. And that is something that can be immediately alleviated by putting someone like AOC on the ticket who has stood firm on these issues. And not only that, literally not having Joe Biden washes away a lot of the responsibility and culpability that the president has for his actions. Needless to say, having Harris and AOC on the ticket would be an incredible first on so many levels. Not only on having the first female president and vice president, having them both together, and both having women of color being at the top and bottom of the tickets on both ends. This would be an incredible moment for America and a major rebuke of Trumpism itself. So while you might not agree with this exact formation of the ticket, you should be thinking immediately of who you want, because we have literally only a few days before this choice is going to be made, and people, if you want to be heard, you need to be very loud right now and clear in what you want and you don't want, because there are literal billionaire and millionaire Democratic donors who will be pushing for their lackeys to get into these positions. And instead, I think we should have a historic first like a Harris Ocasio-Cortez ticket this year. Thank you.